What a great reception the two teams get here. What a fabulous venue this is. And what a great day for the club, for Halifax, to show off their ground, their biggest glory days from years gone by. It's been a long while since they've had a crowd this big here. I think the locals take it a little for granted. I drove in from the M62 coming down. It's a beautiful little drive into Halifax. It's a charming township, and all around the hills it's absolutely magnificent. And we're down in a bowl here, and as you can see, the fans are up close, and the pre-match entertainment has been absolutely spot on, provided by the community here. It's a grand anthem, and well done to the players. I don't know, there's a Pavarotti amongst them, but they still belted it out as best they can. The anthem of Tonga. Remembrance Sunday, the day we all should be immensely proud and immensely grateful. And silence will be observed here at the Shade.
Remain standing for a minute's silence.
Very moving day, naturally, but in a rugby league sense, I really do think this is a great day for British Rugby League to be showing off the Shea in Halifax. To see this crowd, I mean, if you love your rugby league, well, this is a little slice of heaven here today. Brian Noble with me and Dave Woods.
This is wonderful, boss, here. And you're right, it's everything to celebrate. It's everything that we are. We've got an unbelievable crowd here. You've had your chicken roll and stuffing in the Three Pigeons next door.
I've been up to the Three Pigeons pub. They had to do some research there.
Yeah, we're in for you're absolutely right. We should be proud of what we've got here today. And
on the logo of Tonga is Mate Ma, which means die for Tonga. And now they will perform their war cry, the Sippy Tau, as the Italians line up just ahead of their 40. Well, I think it's confirmed the match mightn't mean anything in terms of the draw to Tonga, but it means plenty. They are representing their people. Kick-off not too far away.
Coverage brought to you by BetTac, the sports betting exchange.
With Betway, you can now bet in play on a massive range of sports, including the Rugby League World Cup, via your Mac, PC, mobile and tablet. And with a free bet of up to £50 to get you started, wherever you are, you've never been so close to the action. Betway.com.
4020 magazine is your next generation rugby league monthly, packed with high quality articles by the best known names in the game. Taking rugby league seriously, but not too seriously, 4020 magazine aims high and doesn't miss, and is in stores on the 13th day of every month. You can subscribe by either calling this number or visiting scratchingshedpublishing.com. 4020, the alternative voice of rugby league. iPhone and iPad edition also available. We reach the quarter-finals of this fantastic Rugby League World Cup next weekend. And if the group stages are anything to go by, these games definitely won't disappoint.
Here he comes.
Watch all four quarter-finals live right here on Premier Sports, your home for Rugby League.
Coverage brought to you by BetTac, the sports betting exchange.
From the Shea at Halifax, we're just after 4 o'clock local time, a Sunday afternoon. And to Phil Gould somewhere in Australia, you got to love your Sunday afternoon footy, because this is fantastic. As Paul Vaughan is the first player with it for Italy.
Move, back here, boys. Back here.
From the Canberra Raiders.
Hold it. Hold. Good.
15 metres away from their own line. And now Lafranchi takes the second run. And into the clutches of Willie Manu there.
Wait.
One of the more experienced players in this Tongan side. And there is plenty of experience. Serraldo with the next one.
Help!
Line marking's not all that distinct here at the Shea, but everything else about the playing surface is spot on. Early rush down that left side for Guerra, who has been one of the players of the tournament up to this point. Was so good on that first day at Millennium Stadium. Minicello comes to centre field. Last tackle for the Italians. Dummy half duties with Parata. And the kick through is not deep. And really, there was nothing on it at all. It was the chocolate teapot kick. Useless.
Well, that was a poor kick from Falcone, because it was a good exit set from the Italians. They'd made plenty of metres, they'd established a little bit of field position to kick a whole lot better than he did. And if I've got a question mark over both teams, Vossi, it's the standard of the halfbacks for both of these complementary outfits.
Well, I've got big raps on the Tongan 5'8", Semisani Langi. I think he's got a big career in first grade ahead of him, but he's only had the couple of games. As Moi, that's what they come to see. He put Paul Vaughan on his backside there, up to halfway. But it's a big stage for the Italian halves, and indeed Foster in the 7 for Tonga, who have an opportunity now 40 metres out to put in an attacking kick. And it is with Foster, who bombs high. It's a big kick by Foster. Underneath it, Centroni! He does well under the attentions of Mahe Whanua. And now Anthony Minicello with a counter-attack.
Carry. A couple of examples there. The Moi carry. Now Vaughan won't be the only notch on Moi's belt through. He's put on his backside over these. Here we got a break here from the Italians down the sideline.
And Pat Politoni is down for Tonga, and it doesn't look good. He's been left behind inside the 20-metre zone. They're down a man, and he's face down. He's in no good shape at all. And Lafranchi is with the ball for Italy. They might have to stop the play here. I think they want a stretcher of some kind to be taken out there. There was the injury, and he's in a lot of pain straight away. Pat Politoni. The Italians, in the meantime, are only 25 metres away. Serraldo, who can offload. He's in all sorts, isn't he? Last tackle with the Italian side. Falcone tries a bomb of his own. This young fullback's in for a big night. It comes loose and falls for Foster.
Pardon?
But we will stop play now, and we will have to do that with Pat Politoni down for Tonga. They're well served with a backup dummy half in Celiuini. He's a very good player, but he wouldn't have been expecting to get the full game here, and it's obviously a dislocation or a problem with the collarbone for Politoni.
See, there's a lot of pain. He hyperextends his arm. He's got his arm out, and ouch. That one hurts.
Make sure you're nice and quick in the look, boys, on move, okay? Coming out and move.
It's a tough game. A real tough game played by tough men. And what a disappointment for Pat Politoni to suffer this injury in the opening 2 minutes.
I thought I'd give him benefit of doubt, mate. He was just down. Really
and he obviously will play no further part and throws a real spanner into the works for Charlie Tonga, the way he rotates his interchange.
Well, Nefi Cellini's going to put his hands up now, Vossi. He's going to have to do the next 77 minutes.
Nice and tidy.
But he's capable of that. He's a good player, Cellini.
Yeah, just the one NRL game this year for Celiuini, but he's had 26 in previous seasons over at Penrith, but he's at the Roosters these days. And he runs out there in 14, and he looks ready to go, sprinting out there. You'll see him in a moment as Langi finds touch. Langi was one of the stars of the Tongan side who beat Samoa mid-year at Penrith back in Australia. And now the Tongans in possession. Chilly night. It's only been single-figure temperatures, but it's been sunshine all day. Beautiful conditions, really. And a special moment for both these teams and the people of Halifax. As Tonga with the ball just inside the Italian half. And Ta'ai is there, former Warrior, now playing in the Super League. He has always been a hard runner. And Moi goes for another run. Confirmation. It is a dislocated shoulder for Politoni. Oh, Moi's dropped the shorts.
Cheeky.
Very nice. It impressed Brian Noble there.
Yeah, cheeky performance, that.
22 metres away from the line. And again, last tackle. Celiuini at a dummy half, and Langi's going to kick this time out towards the left wing of the Italians, and underneath it, that is quite the catch by Josh Mantellato. He's got springs at his feet. That was brilliant stuff in the corner here. Watch it again.
It's a great
got up on the back.
Good timing. He's got that little bit of an advantage because he's probably 6'3", 6'4".
Movement! make sure you're holding the 10,
But he had
boys.
that little
it.
tank
Good, 3.
coming at him, Conrad Hurrell. He's not that little, but he's built like one.
Little.
4.
Well, you know what I mean.
Clear! Back here, bud. Will. Nice and
So
tidy, bud. Come on.
played by Vaughan as Italy work it through the centre and heavy defence on
tackle
Reith
5.
Muller.
Release.
Tonga
Yeah,
getting
boys.
3 in the tackle. And this one, well, they're hoping to kick. It was Falcone who was then forced to run, and then a risky ball back to Anthony Minicello, who kicks. And
Landing's okay.
well, that's probably a 2 out of 10. He did his best, Minicello. Maybe he's a left footer. It wasn't that flash to his Roosters teammate Tupou out on the wing for Tonga, but they're offside as a result of that bit of a muck-up last tackle play.
Just an example again of my fear for the Italians in relation to the halfback situation. You've got to nail your kicks at this level of football, Vossi, and Tonga have put a little bit of kick pressure on the final plays of Italy, and it's reaped rewards for them. They've got good field position now.
Yeah, poor old Anthony Minicello. You could kick a balloon further than he just got that one. It was an ugly-looking kick. A nice offload back for Celiuini to take off. The offload come from Hurrell. And Tonga have the best chance of the match so far. Full set, 20 metres away from the line. Lungy spun away. That's a bad miss there from Mark Minicello. Needs to be better first contact. They're 10 away. They get a penalty, Tonga. I don't think their mentality is going to be 2 points tonight. They want 4s and 6s. And Moi runs up the line. He's looking for it with a little bit of white line fever. The crowd lifted again when they saw him coming. And this time a closer raid for Manu. Willie Manu again repeating, no Sika Manu here for the Tongan side, and that's a big loss for them. Celiuini, centre field for Lungi. He's calling all the shots with a little bit of pressure off Foster. And now a nice ball on the outside, Hurrell. They're finding the man. Tupou's got to run. And here he comes. He's giraffe-like in stature. Daniel Tupou scored that amazing try in the NRL Grand Final this year. Leaping high for the Sydney Roosters. Celiuini to the left. Lungi cut out. Ball's a beauty. He almost left it behind Manu. Now he's lost it. He was doing the old up the back trick. And it didn't quite come off. Going to check for the ball steal, but Italy may put forward the argument, did he ever have real control?
No, mate, no. They're bringing your hand up the ball. Just have to penalise you.
There it is, up the back. You know, I can't that have as a ball steal, please, no. He has no control there at all. So let's hope that common sense prevails here.
Drop out, mate. Go ahead, drop out.
And it's whether you're going to rule as a knock-on against Manu when travelled forward. And Italy scrambling across.
Why is it a dropout? Got to be a scrum, hasn't it?
It has to be a scrum.
He's got the call now.
Oh,
He's had the call now. He's got it right now. Geez, Rossi, it's a tasty opening to this game, isn't it?
Nicely put.
Yeah, well, you know, and one bloke that really has impressed me is the big centre, Hurrell out wide. He just, every time he gets the ball, he charges onto it. But certainly, Fui, certainly the crowd favourite here today.
Well, whatever highlights reel they put together of the 2013 World Cup, Hurrell's try against the Cook Islands is going to be in it. What about that try?
Just small human beings for legs, weren't they, going? 7-year-old boys, his legs. They are. It's huge.
Commentary tonight, I got the coaching's brains trust here. Former Great Britain coach Brian Noble and current Salford coach and Whitehaven coach Dave Woods. So I've got all levels of rugby league and this part of the world covered. Noble was a pretty handy player as well in his time back in the day.
Hold it, hold it, hold.
And now Tedesco to play it. Young West Tiger. There's a couple of them there, and a penalty goes the way of Italy. So they're sorting themselves out, these two sides, but you just got the feeling it's going to be a long way into this match before we know a winner.
Well, it's certainly not a dead rubber for Tonga, is it? They're putting in here.
Good.
And this is Mark Minicello, and we can do a shout out to the Scotland team who are watching from the Park Inn Hotel in Manchester. G'day fellas, hope you enjoy the coverage. You'll enjoy it more obviously if there's a Tonga win, because if Tonga win, it is Scotland who will play New Zealand at Headingley next Friday. And after the Friday night we've just had at Headingley with Papua New Guinea against New Zealand, that is going to be one heck of a night, no matter who plays. As now Getty sends the Italians to the left side. Serraldo's there, and they're locking up the ball on Serraldo. Played with 3 NRL clubs, Cronulla, Newcastle and Penrith in Australia. This time it is with Reith Muller. He's a North Queensland cowboy. They come from all parts. Last tackle, 15 metres away from the Tongan line. Ryan Geddy purposefully kicks this, trying to find a man. They don't really get a challenge on it, do they? Fanua gets it, and the men in blue didn't really get near the ball.
Yeah, the Tongans did well, though, protecting Fanua on the catch. Real difficult for the Italians to get through. At least they got a decent kick away that time with Getty, wasn't it? He had a little bit more competition needed on the kick.
And for those who don't know, Ryan Geddy, the number 7 for Italy, has another big run here. They are loving their work at the moment. This Tongan side, Mickey Paya, but Geddy plays for Northern Pride in the Intrust Super Cup, which is at the 2nd tier in Australia. Very good side, had an outstanding year too in that competition. As now the Tongans, and a big dummy thrown by Foster and tackled by Geddy, the 2 halfbacks, the 2 bantams on that western side of the ground, which is the oldest stand here. It still remains from when this ground was solely used by the football club, and the locals tell me, even though it's 33 years on, a magic day where Halifax defeated Manchester City in an FA Cup tie at this ground. How I'd like to wind the clock back and be on the terrace on that day, on one of the terraces. What an extraordinary occasion that would have been. There wouldn't be much room to move in the 3 Pigeons pub up the road.
Not with you in there wouldn't.
Yeah, I must say, I've added a few sizes on this trip. As now LaFranchi with the ball. He's 39 metres away from the Tongan line. Bit of ebb and flow in this game to start with. No one getting any great advantage. Was trying to take off his Parata. They've got the backup dummy half Nasso to come into this game. He'll get plenty of time tonight. Kick through from Falcone. And across they go to field it. Matai Tonga playing fullback. Nesiasi Matai Tonga. It's a big moment for him to be in a back line that has players who are more or less established in the National Rugby League. And he's the new kid on the block. So great experience for him. The man wearing number 1 for Tonga. No Glenn Fisiahi in this match for them.
Hold it, guys. Let's hold it tight in the
There are a few missing from their starting line where you consider to be there. You look at Tamalola's not there, Sika Manu, Fisiahi. That's 3 handy players that they haven't got.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Tonga now will kick from inside the 40 through Lungi and cross. Well, Minicello, he put a little leap into that. I don't know if that was required. And that's the Italian flair coming out in Anthony Minicello. And in his long and distinguished rugby league career, he did actually represent Italy as far back as 2000 when they were trying to qualify for the World Cup back then. That's a bit ungainly what he just did there.
I thought you said he was Italian flair the first time around.
Now Tedesco. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll retract that last statement. Italian flair, flamboyance. Benne. 35 away from the line, the Italians. No score, 11 minutes gone. Oh, and it's put down by Reith Muller. And that was a little soft and a real blow to their chances of an attacking play here at the end of this set.
Knew it as well, didn't he? Not happy with himself. The best field position Italy had in the game, Woodsy.
Yeah, they're just starting to build a little bit of pressure, the Italy side, and just got into some good ball and come up with that error. So, you won't be happy with that play, but, both sides just testing each other out a little bit at the moment.
Dave had much to do with Carlo Napolitano. He's quite a character. He's got the thick accent, and here he is coaching the Italians. He loves his sport, loves his job that he's got. Wants Italy to be a success. Wants them to have a Super League team somewhere down the track.
And that's great. That's great for the sport, great for the community. And look, he lives and breathes it. And he's spoken really passionately about Italy and about his time at Salford and what he's done and in the game, how he's played. And and he's bringing that out in these players as well.
Hold the line, hold the line, hold it, hold.
The history does go back quite some time, but the game disappeared as Moi Moi goes on another charge in the 70s and was revived then again in the 90s for Italy. And the domestic comp is up and running. Now the ball is with the Tongan captain, Brent Kite. What a campaigner he's been, and will link up with Penrith next year in Australia. As this is an opportunity. Well, they go for the low kick and long, and that's not going to stop. That's going to find the gutter here. The old days had the speedway track here, didn't they? would have gone onto the track there.
And it's a short field as well, Bossy, just for our viewers that are watching. The teams won't have any problem getting out their own half. I think he's probably 8 metres off regulation, 6 metres off regulation, and the in goals will be small as well, so the accuracy of the kicking is vitally important tonight.
And again, Italy with the ball, and Mark Minicello, defensive count fairly even across this opening 13 minutes, so too the missed tackle count. And off goes Parata, and Moi was there, a bit of a mismatch. Parata got covered in hair in the tackle, couldn't see his way out, saying, where am I? And has lost the ball as a result.
Like a pair of curtains coming down across him.
Yeah, absolutely. I know people say they may be getting tired of me talking about food, but up the road here at this Three Pigeons pub today, they had this barbecue set up out the front. Turkey rolls, chicken and stuffing, Polish sausage with garlic, hamburgers.
And you tasted all of it, didn't you?
I had 2 of each. Had 2 of each. But, I mean, it's just the tradition. Match day, you go into the local boozer and you take it in. Everyone's got their jumpers on, representing not just Super League clubs, but their local clubs today. Everyone was feeling good about today. It was just wonderful to walk the streets of Halifax. And now we go into the early evening. And we got the contest we wanted. Hurrell, 5 metres inside the Italian half. Tonga maybe just slightly with an edge at the moment. They're making more metres in their sets, but both teams lacking the polish at the end of those sets at the moment. And Kite with the ball, turned onto his back. But they're in position 25 metres out from the line. In fact, played by Paya, and now they have lost it. And Brian Noble said early he had his question marks on the playmakers, and they're the most under pressure players out there.
Well, that's Foster this time, and it's early in the tackle count as well. You've got to make some allowances for your ball players to take more risks, or hence you're going to have a few more errors, if that's the right expression. You've got to let them play. They're trying to create opportunities, but that's just dead set drop. You need to do a whole lot better there.
Stay on, boys.
You know, they came up with that, and they hadn't really come up with too many errors. They've been pretty good, except the the kick that went out the back. But that's probably their first drop ball error, where Italy have come up with a couple and let the Tongans off the hook a bit.
I think we just witnessed a little exchange between Lafranchi and Kite there, the former Australian teammates. There's a dumping tackle on Anthony Minicello. But it's an extraordinary set of circumstances, really, to have teammates from 08 now representing 2 different nations on opposite sides of the field in a big game, both up in the front row.
Well, I don't think they'll give each other anything other than verbals. After the game, they might share a beverage or 2, and maybe a chicken and roll and stuffing right at the Three Pigeons.
Yeah, that's it. Mentions great ball. Serraldo's away. Serraldo, the pass is knocked down. It would have been play on, I thought, for Minicello. I think the offload was from Paul Vaughan, the front rower. It was something special for Italy, and Serraldo was away. Look at this ball from Vaughan. Beautiful.
What a tackle. Was it Hurrell that came back and got him, or Lange? That's Hurrell. No, it's Hurrell, surely. Let's have a look. It's a fair effort.
5 minutes, boys.
Yes, Conrad Hurrell.
Okay, guys, in my bind, please.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff from both teams. The scramble of Tonga, the skill of Italy to create an opening. A clean break it was. So there is skill across both teams. I know when you look at on paper this Tongan side, you'd say, well, they have to be favourites, and it's a terrific three-quarter line. As another run, and Fanua, he can put in a fend, and he's thrown away another one. Well, there he goes. He's got more moves than Justin Bieber. Does he dance in his front flips? I don't know.
That's not an arm, it's a barge pole.
Yeah, there we go.
I can't get anywhere near.
Ooh, and then Kite is put down by Reithmuller. Justin Timberlake, he dances? No, I don't follow that stuff. So here's Moi. I'm a jazz man. And Moi has lost it. And that is a knock-on against Tonga. Aren't there some hard men to contain we're watching here?
We could put some packages together of fens in the game, can't we? You know, when you look at some of them, Sonny Bill and then that one just then, some huge fens.
Coming into today, Italy winners over Wales 32-16. That was our opening day. 30-all against Scotland at Workington last weekend. And then Tonga beaten by Scotland in their opening game there at Derwent Park, 26-24. And then a winner at Lee by 22-16. But they certainly didn't have things all their own way against the Cook Islands, who have come up with their first win today. First win in their World Cup history. Cook Island's just a population of 20,000 and represented here at the Rugby League World Cup. So play back underway. Falcone was the man feeding the scrum, and Anthony Minicello has the ball. 18 tests, 11 origins, 275 NRL games. And here he is as captain of Italy. And maybe 63 minutes from this point away from a quarter-final appearance of the World Cup. Played by Serraldo. Strong start to the game on that left edge. Now Vaughan.
He's good front rower, is he, Vaughan?
Only started one game. This was his first year in the NRL. Only started one game for Canberra. Most of his footy being off the bench. But he's been an improver, no question. Now Italy with Getty on the inside for LaFranchi, just chipping away at that marker defence back in the centre. Quick play, the ball was a good one. Kick will come from Falcone. Falcone's got it out to the wing and planting the feet and doing the job to Fua. And Tonga have the ball coming off their own goal line.
It was a good catch, wasn't it? He's under pressure. Plants his feet, as you say, makes himself nice and solid. Great catch.
Opposite. Oh, almost in the dangerous category. He gave him a soft landing in the end. Dean Parada, I thought we were going to be seeing someone land on their head there. Watch it again. Just straightens it up.
One of the legs over the horizontal, was it? That's how he got away with it.
On opposite wings here for Tonga, we've got two try scorers from the NRL Grand Final with Tafua from Manly and Tupo from the Roosters. Lungy had to gather that one in and then straightens up and is thrown down in the tackle of Mark Minicello. And well, a change over there inside their own half.
That's twice now Tonga have been caught on that last play. Good pressure from the Italians, just putting, you know, good line speed getting through, so he had to run the ball and 2 times. So I'm sure Mr. Tonga will want to be seeing him getting to that kick.
So chances with Italy. And the ball with LaFranchi. Playing at 21 metres away from the line. Who's going to crack first? Now Getty. Minicello just bats it on quickly. Guerra's there. That caused a rush up from the defenders. Guerra plays in the back row at the Roosters, but he's been at home in the centres here for Italy. And now the ball with Vaughan. Another big run. They know he is now one to watch. Put down by Paya. 5 metres away from the line, and a dummy half goes Parada. And Kite was there around the legs there, only a couple of metres away from the line. Manu in the tackle as well. Minicello dabbed through, can't get it through Getty. And there it is, that touch of class missing on the last tackle.
Willie Manu cleaned it up, not the touch of class, couldn't get it through, couldn't thread the needle, but give full credit to Willie Manu there. He had not stopped the kick and had to get down on the traffic that he created.
So the ball back with Tonga, and again we get into this wrestle stage with Mahi Whenua.
Ready, boys. Hold it. Hold.
Progressed nicely in the NRL this year with the Melbourne club. Hurrell has come in from the right centre. That's good to see. You don't often see Hurrell looking for work like that. And now off goes Saliuini like a rat up a drain pipe. He sprints downfield. 40 metres away from the Italy line. And the kick through by Foster. It's going to come down short of the line. Minicello's got some work to do. He says, I'll palm that off. Away you go with Centroni, and he does extremely well. Good counter, Italy.
Good play, Italy. Nice little backfield link.
This is a good game of footy, this one. And now we have got a dangerous tackle from George Tafua. If you can have a gentle landing on your head, that was it. Guerra goes down. He wasn't driven into the ground, was he?
No.
But still has to be penalised.
Yeah, put him in a dangerous position. The referee explaining Tafua picked him up like he wasn't there, didn't he? Just like picking your shopping up. Well, this is great backfield play from the Italians that created the opportunity in the first place.
Well, it is. It's attractive football to watch, to see all 3 players at the back combined like that. And ground made as a result. We're broadcasting to you from the eastern side of the Shea here in Halifax. It's the newer of the stands for, they tell me, for about a decade. It just was scaffold standing up here, no money to complete the stand. Would have been depressing times to turn up every day and at match day and see that. But now it's as I said, the word is charming. It's a charming place, a charming ground. And I hope the locals appreciate what we're saying about it. But It's a wonderful ground to walk into. For Australian fans, a bit like walking the Leichhardt on a Sunday afternoon. Real good feel. Traditional rugby league ground as Italy to attack. 15 metres away from the Tongan line. And this could be the chance for points. It is so tight at the moment. No score through 22 minutes. Parada to play it. Last it is. Can they get a repeat set? Can they get some sort of result? And Getty's kick. It's been knocked back. There is a chance. It comes loose. They can't get it cleanly. Now Tonga have lost it. Play on Serraldo. Serraldo. Brilliant ball. And Italy have the try. Cameron Serraldo has got it over the top. And Josh Mantolado, I reckon, has scored. They will check it with a video referee. But Cameron Serraldo, lovely piece of play.
Okay, check in for onside first, please. We need to pick up everybody who's in front. Freeze it there. Left-hand side are okay. Looks like we've got number 10 on the right. I'm not sure if he gets involved in the second phase of play. But we'll run it from there, please. That looks backwards at that point. I can't see another touch. Now we've got to pick up. And it looked a lost ball initially, but I'm going to have a closer look at that, please, to see whether somebody got a hand in and stole it off him. That's backwards. That's okay. It's a fair challenge as well. Nobody's touched that. Now it's picked up by Tonga. He looks as though he's just lost it. Even if it is, it's a one-on-one steal, so we can play on because that went backwards. The pick-up and just the grounding, please. Just from the camera in the corner, probably a decent view. That's a good pick-up. Just to get it down. He's short of the line initially. That looks held up. We just have another check at that, just to make sure the ball's actually short when it's first grounded. It's held up. Yeah, that's definitely short. It then comes up before he gets to the line. So there was a knock-on involved in there, so it's 0 tackle to the attack.
Well, this is incredible. I said the line markings aren't all that distinct here, but there's enough seen there to prove that he is an inch from scoring. It's ended up a huge tackle from Daniel Tupou to prevent Mantolado from scoring.
Take a fanfare, Daniel Tupou.
Wow.
Take a fanfare, Daniel Tupou. That's a fair defensive play.
Oh, it's a massive play.
He's there every day of the week. He should have scored. And great play from Serraldo initially with the offload. But they're still here, Italy. They've still got 6 players.
Oh, well, they're a bit rocked by that. They thought they had the try in the frame. I was convinced. And you know, the benefit of the video referee. And we talked you through the process. You heard the voice of Phil Bentham going through it. Still on for Italy. 23 minutes in. Denied a try to Josh Mantolado. Ray Nasso is now out there. Vaughan has been busy for the Italians. Tackled low down by Kite. He's had 30+ tackle counts in every game for Tonga. Nice step there from Getty. And back towards the posts. But they sit on him in the end of the tackle. Kite made a chair out of him. Here's Minicello. Gets a kick. Oh, great take.
Great catch. What
about their scramble from the Tongans? That's the young fullback, Matai Tonga. Beautiful play. Oh, you've got to enjoy this. Befitting the venue and the occasion. Moi Moi with a run. He should have his own range of clothing in Halifax. They'd snap it up. Or the Moi Moi wig should be sold.
He's not popular at all, is he?
The House of Moi Moi. It'll be in the main street.
In Halifax.
Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
I think he's a winner.
And it goes. Manu with the ball. That's Willie. Tackled. Snowden's out there now in 14 for Italy. The ball is offloaded. It's come loose and Snowden's got a crack at it. Although Matai Tonga wanted to have a rip at it. Snowden was having none of it to go away. Nasso dummy half, right on halfway. Italy with the ball, but still no score. Not too many World Cup matches have gone through 25 minutes without a point. Struggling to think of one, to be honest.
There's one yesterday in Hull. 6-6 at the interval. England and Fiji. Just going similar way.
Got a penalty here to Italy. This is just trying to do the math. This is game number 20, is it not? It is game number 20 today of the World Cup. We've got the final preliminary match coming your way tomorrow from Perpignan. Full house down there when France plays Samoa to determine second and third position in Group B. As Italy go on the attack, 10 metres away from the line. Brendan Santi with the ball. Former Australian schoolboy rugby league captain playing for Italy. Nasso, and an opportunity for Snowden. Lovely tackle low down by Vabe there for the Tongans. Nasso left side. Getty, bit of depth about their attack. It's not a good ball though. It's on the bounce. Guerra's got it. Bounced away from Foster. And then Foster hops back on him. And Italy lose a bit of momentum, but still 10 metres away from the line. Should have had a try earlier. Now Anthony Minicello's just lost it. And Tonga have possession. Strange one.
Turned a little bit scrappy in this last few minutes, hasn't it? And a bit of a error strewn.
And here is Tupou. And Tupou, a handful again.
Tell you for what? For a giraffe, as you described him, Vossi. He's got some good strength. Is he half rhinoceros, this giraffe?
Tonga with the ball. Brian Noble, Dave Woods in commentary here at the Shea. Got to have a Yorkshireman here in this part of the world.
Third best region in the world, Vossi.
Not about to argue with you. You're telling me the story just behind the ground. Queensbury, is it? Up in the hills, the highest cricket ground in all of England.
Yep.
And you played in the middle of summer in snow.
7th of July, snowing, and they dished out Bovril. That's the version of Vegemite that you have. You know that children drink Vegemite. Well, we have the real thing, Bovril over here. Beef stock drink. Middle of summer.
Vegemite's something you eat. I've never heard of a Vegemite juice in Australia. But maybe there's a market for it. Maybe
you put it on your sandwiches.
You're an ideas man. You can drink it.
Yeah.
And a kick found the line, and Italy will have the scrum feed 10 out from their own line. 13 minutes remaining in this first half, and we now get a taste of night football at the Shea. 20 to 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. I'd say temperature, what, 5, 6 degrees?
Anyway, he'd probably be maybe pushing 5.
Pushing 5. Oh, Italy, big mistake.
There's a big chance for
10 metres out from their line, and that was straight from the scrum. And Tonga will get the scrum feed. They're all coming up, high fives and pats on the head, but this is a dark moment for the Italian side and the winger, Chris Santoni. What a chance for the men in red.
You can't afford that. You can't afford your wingers to be coming in like that and spilling the ball off the scrum. It just puts so much pressure defensively on you, and very, very disappointed in himself there.
Moi is off the field. It's not going to be him taking a charge at the line in a moment, but there's plenty of other big boys out there. High ball there, and Fanua, there's that fend. Hasn't he got a good one? And away again, close to the sideline. Fanua!
Good D.
He is almost taken to the centre of the city. Great tackle by the Italians. Super first fend. But then the clean-up men come across.
They had to bring people from the crowd with them, Vossi, because he's in. No, he's not. Minicello comes over and barges him into the sideline along with 3 or 4 accomplices.
Well, that's an interesting last couple of first plays from scrums we've just seen there. Error from Italy, and then Fanua with a half chance. But Italy, they break from the scrum and come from everywhere. What about the passion in this game and the spirit? One side, no chance of making the quarterfinals. The other one, oh, hello! Scrum against the feed. Getty hasn't dived on the ball, or Falcone didn't get to it. And Fanua's the man who comes up with it, ironically. Hasn't dived on the ball, and the referee just said, play on. 5 away from the line. Can't remember when I've seen that last. There's Foster, and it'll end up out towards Tupou. Hurrell trying to trample over the top of them. He can leave stud marks on plenty of players' chests. Conrad Hurrell, and there'll be a penalty here to Tonga. Italy now, the team under real pressure. And they decide to take the tap. Bring it back to centre field with Paya. And Paya in reverse gear. He's still able to make 4 and 5 metres. Santi got him to ground. 5 from the line. Lungy double pump, and then it'll come out for Tafua. Tafua is over the sideline. There's a blue wall down the southern end of the Shea. It's the Italian forces coming from everywhere.
It was that man Centroni that came up with a one-on-one hit initially, and then got some help from his men there to drag him over that sideline. Some tremendous goal line defence from the Italians in the last couple of plays.
Well, it's had to be, hasn't it, Woodsy? They're unleashing their beasts on the fringes, and Centroni's tackle first up is a pretty decent effort on him.
He's given away a little bit in size there.
There's been give and take for the two players. For Nua, he was the man who was pushed over the sideline, and then he dived on the ball from the scrum. So Centroni's the man who made the knock on, then he's made the tackle there.
What's going to happen from this scrum?
Well, someone's got to pick it up. They've achieved that, the Italians. No, seriously, when have you last seen a scrum come out like that, an opposing halfback or 5'8" or lock or centre, whoever plays halfback these days dies on the ball?
You'd have to think long and hard, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm thinking it's Noble's time.
84.
Yeah,
84 against Benny Elias.
You wrapped it back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Well, we had a feed across penalty, didn't we? I lose track of time over here.
Last night.
Last night. Only last night, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we've done some miles since then, haven't we? Coming back from Limerick, the 12:30 flight last night out of Shannon Airport, bound for Manchester.
You're in Perpignan tomorrow night, are you?
Yeah, Perpignan tomorrow, via Luton, Girona in Spain, then a drive through the Pyrenees. That's my day out tomorrow. How good's the World Cup?
Another last tackle.
And Italy, play on, and there's a chance to run it. Serrano, Guerra's decided to kick. I thought he may have chanced his arm a little with ball in hand. But Mate Tonga is back there. A bit haphazard, the attack there of the Italians, but they almost got a big result. Now the giraffe/rhinoceros went across field more like a donkey, that run. He was not that fast. It's amazing what they can do these days. Science, they mix animals and, you know, crossbreeding and all that sort of thing. And now the ball with Tafua. He's come all the way in from the left wing to take that run. Pretty close to playing State of Origin for New South Wales this year, Tafua. Not far off playing for Australia at this World Cup, to be perfectly honest. He had a fair argument, a case to be put forward for him. Lungy, long ball. Minicello down there. Two players from the Sydney Roosters. And Minicello gives it to Centroni, who was caught between two Tongans there.
They're not frightened to chance their arm either in the backfield, the Italians. Chancing their pass, the quality of their skill, but I think persevere with that. I think they'll get some dividends from that.
They've made a couple of half breaks when they have done it. Centroni went through once on a good play from the back three and just about went through then.
Well, to be honest, I have it catches on right across rugby league. I'd like to see more of it. You see it in sevens football, and I guess we'll see it at the nines as well in rugby league, but we're seeing it here tonight from Italy. And Nasso, risky, Falcone's knocked that on. Play on Tonga. And no, in fact, he's got knocked on both ways, so it will be a Tongan scrum feed. 33 minutes in. Did you see this coming? No score.
No. I thought the Tongans had popped the cork and have a crack and play flashy football and try and entertain, and there's nothing, they're not doing that. That's the strength of the Italian defence getting there. I think both teams are putting in here, and that, how much it means to both of them. This is an intense footy game.
And again, the Scottish team watching from Manchester in their hotel, hoping that Tonga can prevail here. It's big, isn't it? You know, the difference between that result tonight. Scotland basically pack up their bags tomorrow and go off to wherever. But if Tonga win, it's full week of intense preparation to take on the Cup champions.
Yeah, there's a lot at stake, isn't there? And we distinctly get the feeling as well, Bossy, that everybody wants to stay around. Everybody's having a blast in this World Cup. Players, fans, commentators, they eat a lot.
And now Celioni on to Lungy, and that's been put down on the edge. Didn't quite come off. I don't know whether the runner thought he was going to get the ball there, to be honest. Just see what Penny Terapo here. He almost like he didn't really want to put his arm out. It was just an afterthought. Good player, though. He's had a good... I know in a struggling club in Australia, Parramatta Wooden Spooners, but Penny Terapo, he had an impact just about in every game he played. Charlie Tonga's come down to the sideline to watch the final 5.5 minutes of this half, and this is Minicello, trademark Minicello run, never in a straight line, always a bit of swerve and sideways movement. And now Italy creep inside the Tongan half. No score, 5 minutes away from half-time as Italy go to left side. Snowden deciding to feed it along, bit of ball playing short of the line, but the defence is solid again on Getty, the halfback. Nasso, and with it is Reithmuller. Reithmuller playing for the Cowboys, where there is also a very strong Italian community up in North Queensland. As this one comes out, Mark Minicello, nice footwork there from Tedesco, beautiful play, they got the pass inside, and then quite acrobatically, Madai Tonga, the fullback, ended up with a ball. We've got a knock on against Italy, but there was some flashes of brilliance in that play.
Well, you got Langy and you got Moi in the backfield making cover tackles. They're certainly up for this one, the Tongans, but nice break from the Italians. And runs around the outside of Fonau, and just probably better hanging on to that one and building from the next play. But he's done the hard stuff. He's got around his man.
Look at all the bodies here. There's 4 Tongans down. There's 3 Italians. Like 10 pins there, and it was a bit of skill though shown by Tedesco. Moi still down here for Tonga. He's with the trainer, Ronnie Palmer, the legend of trainers the world over. He wears the tightest shorts, and he's always in his 70s, Ron Palmer. Fittest man alive for his age, Ron Palmer.
Good work on the 10 meters.
Great man too, great rugby league man. And here he is helping out the campaign of Tonga. Puts the thumbs up that Moi's okay. The way he's walking to the scrum.
Stay on, boys.
Well, there's Tongan feed.
Fine. Here we go. Okay, pal, ball in, please. Heads in, stay on.
So Tonga
back on, Laura.
with Lungy 10 away from their own line. They show a little bit of attack. The 2 wingers passing to Fua there to Tupou.
Here we are, boys.
Back to the 20. Here at the Shea in Halifax, north of England. And some strong defence. Up came Guerra there, finds himself centre field. In fact, he may be playing in the back row at the moment. He's caught centre field again. And Tonga helped themselves to easy metres at a dummy half. And that was Taoi, and he will do that all night for you. And here's a penalty. Well, it was all a little untidy. Serraldo was in there. There wasn't a whole lot in it, but the referee thought, I'd like to blow my whistle. And he gives the Tongans a penalty. And it's going to give them a great chance. 2.5 minutes away from half-time. Kick finds the line about 40 metres out. It's into the roof of the western stand here.
Wait, boys. Wait, fellas, wait!
So here come the Tongans. They'll look up and see that clock. Know that they'll get a full set here. Wouldn't a 1-0 scoreline be a surprise going to half-time? Could happen. Here's Moi running at them and running over them. Almost straight past Santi. Quick play, the ball was good. Lungy goes short, beautiful, and there is Manu. Doesn't quite get through. He's pushed down. No penalty coming their way. Seliuini gets it to centre field. Barbe's a big boy. Tackled by Sandy and Nasso. Seliuini dummy half. Nice scoop up. Lungy wants to take a run at them. And we've got a penalty to Tonga. Well, given the situation, 90 seconds from half-time, maybe now they do say go for goal. And I think the call is coming from the sideline to take the 2.
I'm surprised. I thought they'd have gone for it for 6.
Just the clock, you think, Dave? That's forced the decision.
Yeah, I think they've just, they've been down there a couple of times and come up empty, and I think, with just the limited time, maybe take the 2 and go in, in front. The Italians then have to chase, don't they? Even though it is only 2 points, but immediately the penalty went up. Ronnie Palmer was straight on the field, signalling for the goal.
Well, Brian, you questioned whether there was the class and the halves of the 2 sides. You like what you're seeing in Lungy, the Tongan 5'8"?
Yeah, he's got some energy about him, hasn't he? He's come up with a couple of decent kicks and he's taken the line on. And the first thing you need to be as a half is a threat. So the line can look at you, think about you. Is he going to run? Is he not going to run? And I think he doesn't get too involved in the running side of things, which can happen when the game becomes physical. He needs to feed people. Look what he's got on his outside. you've got to get some early ball to people like Conrad Hurrell.
Well, look at him on screen now. He's strong. He's got sort of a Brad Fittler physique about him too.
Yeah, looks well.
Man who played a lot of good 5'8" play at the Roosters. And Lungy got 2 matches in first grade this year, and he's played in that test match, as I mentioned earlier, mid-year, where Tonga just wiped Samoa clean. And he was close to man of the match on that night. And now to put his team in front will be the last play of the half. Lungy, the 5'8" for Tonga, and is successful right over the black dot here at the shade. World Cup match where Italy are trying to advance to the quarterfinals. 2-0 to Tonga, the only score of the opening 40 minutes, and the Italians are walking off the field. The Tongans aren't ready for a kick-off, so the timekeeper says I may as well sound my siren. What a gripping first half that is. Not perfect football, but for tension, we've got it in bucket loads here tonight at this wonderful rugby league venue, the Shea in Halifax. The Tongans are staying out on the field for a huddle and a discussion going to half-time. Italy behind by 2 points to 0.